Hey everybody, how y'all doing? This is Real Talk Austin Peay. I'm Aaron King. Alongside me is our partners as always, Emmitt Thomas and Bobby Horton, as well as we have a special guest today, sharing the mic with Bobby, Terrance Valentine, also on the broadcast crew. Terrance, how you doing, brother?
Doing good.
All right, boys.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby.
Back in the booth.
Back in the booth,
Back
baby.
in the booth.
Good to
Back
be
in the
back,
lab.
fellas.
How was that food poisoning, by the way? Was that fun?
Not fun at all.
Bro, okay, let's go ahead and be honest. You didn't have food poisoning, bro. You just mad. You just mad because Ohio State lost. You was sick.
Yeah.
You was sick.
Yeah.
It
Because
was
JT
legit.
didn't come through.
That was a bad loss.
It was legit food poisoning, but I was upset about, Ohio State. We're not going to talk about that, though.
Did you watch last episode by chance? Did you see Emmitt's Player of the Week?
The player of the week was JT Baird for Iowa. Just for you, bro. Just for you.
There you go, brother.
Disrespectful.
Man, Austin Peay. Outstanding day against EKU.
Man.
Okay, let me rephrase that actually. Outstanding second half against EKU.
There you go.
Wonderful second half. I was actually at work. I was able to stream it actually on my phone. And I thought we lost it. I thought we were done first half. And, that hope that we'd all been talking about throughout the year, I felt like it just, flushed down the toilet real fast first half. I'm like, great, there goes OVC championship. There goes the playoff bid.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
You want to know what I think?
What?
Kevin Garnett. Anything's possible.
Yeah, but I mean they proved it to us. EKU was up big. They were up, I believe, three possessions at one point. 3 possessions in the first half.
You're supposed to pass the sticks on Madden when now I'm 21.
That's called 21
Yeah,
skunking.
that was out. That was supposed to be an L.
Man, Austin Peay doing really well, and I think it all starts with the quarterback position, Jeremiah Oatsvall. If he's not the starter
Our future
now,
right there, man.
Yeah,
if he's not
man,
if he's not the guaranteed starter now, I don't know what he can do to get that spot. 11 for 15, 203 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Also carried the ball 18 times for 64 yards and a
Remember,
touchdown.
guys, he's a freshman.
And he's a freshman, true freshman.
True
freshman.
Remember?
True.
Okay.
He just graduated.
Yeah. I'm just
He's a newbie. Legit.
Outstanding quarterback.
So-
Javon, dude, sorry, brother. Sorry,
No,
man.
he's a good. He's a good quarterback too.
Yeah.
He just have to stay healthy. That's it.
Javon finna
The
be,
reason why he lost his
Javon
starting
finna be
spot-
running routes.
That goodness, bro.
Kind of be like the Case Keenum and Teddy Bridgewater situation.
Run,
We're actually gonna talk about that too when we get into the NFL talk, because that's a big situation
Yes,
that
it
just
is.
popped
Yeah.
today. So, but yeah, EKU wasn't a slouch. They were 3-6 going into that game. Didn't have a lot to show for it, for their whole season. But Austin Peay, good Lord, that second half, the adjustments that were made at halftime.
Very poised, very composed second half to pull off a finish like that. Because when your back's against the wall, you're down 21, of course you've had success all season, but you're used to losing. So to channel all that and put it into a positive direction to a comeback, that was big.
And this is really the first game that Austin Peay has come across that statistically and on paper they're supposed to win big.
Correct.
Right? I mean, I think we can all agree that. I mean, 3-6 versus Austin Peay was 6-4 at the time. So, it really statistically they should have blown EKU out.
Yeah.
But
I think.
yes.
EKU had some fight in them, but at that halftime, I think the big speech in the locker room had to have been, this is where we find out who we really are.
Oh, definitely.
How
this
much you want it?
right. This is what turns boys into men.
Call to action.
Right.
Call to action.
Right. So outstanding, adjustments made at halftime, and then the ability to execute those adjustments is another big factor. And I go into the rushing stats. Ahmad Tanner came in big, 14 carries for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. Quintel, still there, 9 carries for 54 yards, no touchdowns. Other than that, it was really just the Tanner and Oatsvall show
Definitely.
on offense.
Yeah.
So, again, I can't say it again. It was an awesome game to watch, more of an awesome second half to watch.
Yeah.
And I might have screamed sometimes at work They told me to be quiet a few times. I couldn't help it.
It was definitely a well-balanced second half because, the offense, like you said, they executed. Then the defense, that second half only allowed 3 more points.
Yeah.
So that definitely helped the offense continue to execute. So that's really what won the game.
For sure. Any thoughts on that game? I mean, other than that, I mean, did you guys tune in?
I couldn't follow it, but I did check out the highlights. I saw a few plays on Twitter, and everybody was talking about the comeback. I was like, man, this is big coming into EIU. This EIU game for Terrance is about to be packed.
Yeah.
Absolutely packed.
That's the biggest thing. They have a lot of momentum going into
a lot of momentum. I mean, we have the nation's attention because I remember the FCS would kind of shock me. I was on Twitter. The actual FCS football account tweeted about how Austin Peay can't be stopped and about their comeback. And I'm like,
I think what I liked most of all about what we saw in the second half was just how clutch Jeremiah Oatsvall was. And his stats, like we said, 18 rushes, 18 carries for 64 yards. That's not a lot, but in the situations that he made those big carries, because we have to remember he did fumble twice in the first quarter.
Correct.
So that's a big bounce back mentally to be able to overcome.
That lets you know he takes it one play at a time. Like, if you do something bad, keep it pushing.
That's how you're supposed to teach your quarterbacks. If you make a
Short
mistake,
memory.
make a mistake, don't worry about that. Come back hard on the next play. Don't forget. Don't fold under pressure. Remember, you have several. You may fumble in the first half. You have a whole nother half to compete and redeem yourself. And you see what he did. The game-winning drive. That man redeemed himself. He had short-term memory loss. Came in, did his job. Look at him. He the hero now. Come on now. Think about it. If our previous podcast, have you ever thought about him being a starter? Have you ever seen him doing this? Did you guys think that he was going to be this good?
I saw flashes.
Yeah, we seen flashes.
We've seen his arm. We knew he could throw. We knew he could hang in the pocket, and we knew he could make plays with his feet. But we were used to that playmaking ability of Javon Craig early in the season, which was wowing us. But Oatsvall came in and just took over.
Yeah, we knew exactly. We knew what he can do, but we really didn't know what he can do until when he became a starter. That's when the turn-up was real.
And that kind of speaks volumes to what Coach Healy was saying a little bit earlier in the year when he was talking about his practice squad.
Next
if you
man
put
up.
it, he said that his team that doesn't see the field, some of them are 10 times more talented than the team that actually sees the field. The only difference being experience and that football knowledge to be able to make plays when they need to.
And that says a lot. That's how you know that Austin Peay is really becoming a great football team when your practice squad is more talented. Once they get the experience, then you're on a roll.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season for Austin Peay. And by rest of the season, I mean one more game. We only have one more game, gentlemen. EIU. This is a big game. EIU's third place in the OVC right now. Austin Peay's second. Okay, if EIU would somehow pull away with the win in this one, records would be tied, and EIU would then have the tiebreaker over Austin Peay and would go to Jacksonville State. So, lot on the line here for Austin Peay
Huge
going
game.
into EKU. Well, EKU is coming to Austin Peay here at Forterra Stadium. They really, looking at their stats, they don't have much to it, honestly. Passing so far, Bud Martin seems to be their quarterback. 61 completions on the year so far, 7 interceptions, 5 touchdowns. So he's kind of sloppy with the ball when he lets it go. Rushing, Isaiah Johnson seems like their guy. They do have a double running back scenario with Scotty Glickley. He's 104 carries for 280 yards, as well as Isaiah Johnson, 131 carries for 576 yards. So they have that balance on offense. They have a lot of receivers that are doing their thing as well. One of their receivers has over 600 yards, almost 700 yards receiving so far on the year. So obviously that's their big connection.
Is he a big target?
He is. He's caught, I believe it's 45 catches so far on the season. So he's kind of the main target for their quarterbacks. And actually, their quarterbacks all have a lot of stats. There's 3 of them that have played a lot of games. You have Bud Martin, Mitch Kimball, and Scotty Glickley. And they've all had their reps throughout the season.
Is that due to injury, or is that just they give the team a more different spark?
I'm not sure, and it could be a situation like Austin Peay where
that's kind of scary right there, man.
And they all have what's interesting is they all have completions and decent stats too.
Yeah.
They all have like a decent amount of completions, attempts, and touchdowns. I think Mitch Kimball only is the only one with only 1 touchdown.
So they have. Do you guys think they have different play styles? One a scrambler, one's a passer. Then
at least one of them has to be an athlete.
Maybe.
And maybe one of them just a fair share of both.
Scotty Glickley looks like he's actually on the rushing. So I actually thought he was a running back. He's actually their quarterback. He's the one with.
There you go.
He's actually the one with 104 carries so far, for a net gain of 280 yards. So he's going to be their read option style.
Yeah.
You know, you can already tell they're going to run that a lot.
You know what I'm finna say?
What?
Goodness. That's a lot.
And that means that this week the defense has to stay disciplined.
Yes, especially the corners.
Yes.
Because we talked about early in the season that the corners are Austin Peay's big issue. Not really issue, but they seem to have a little bit of a...
They can get exploited. We saw that with SEMO.
Yeah.
They can get exploited.
Exactly. You know, and they always have that 10-yard, 7-yard cushion because it seems like they're so scared to get beat over top, and they're giving up all these little short in routes and short slants.
Yeah, they like to keep everything in front of them.
Right.
I can understand.
And it's not a bad thing at all. Keep the
it.
game in front of you. At least if they're going to gain some yardage, it's only 5 yards at a time, and hopefully eventually down the field you can get a stop. With a big play.
Live another day versus give up 6.
And there's some great defenses that does that as far as like, you know, the Patriots, they're that bend but don't break defense. So
right.
Austin Peay wants to be on that philosophy, then, you know, it's not that bad of a, you know, something to do.
They need to have the Kobe mentality. No, the killer Mamba. Don't worry about that. Go in for the kill, man. Don't be afraid. Fear no one.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. If you know, have confidence in yourself.
It's easy to say until you go up against some of these receivers in the OVC.
You're supposed to have the
and you'll realize why they back up.
Have the mentality, man. I'm the best corner out here. We the best defense out here. Let's show them what we made of. Especially they saying that, you know, we don't know if they technically saying I don't have proof. If they think Austin Peay is just weak, nah, y'all the underdogs. Show them what you made of. You know, you don't want to be embarrassed in front of everybody.
I don't think AP is the underdogs anymore.
Nah, not anymore.
Not
but some
anymore.
people
can't be.
You know, like us.
I think we've earned enough respect from everyone this season.
True,
so.
but like what Aaron said about like us about the corners. That we can noticed that the corners, maybe others might pick up on it and might actually be like, okay, our defense is strong, but our weakness is our secondary.
Most definitely, especially if they're watching film. Then if we see it, then they definitely see it.
All right, just step up. Don't be worried about nothing, man.
So y'all know what time it is.
Prediction time. That's your favorite time. That's your favorite. I feel like that's almost your favorite word in the English dictionary, to be honest with you. Prediction.
Nope, it's oxymoron.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's an inside joke.
Okay. I'm upset I'm not in the group on that.
It literally just happened when you were in there setting up, and I was exporting my file for class.
I got you.
Yeah.
So anyway, Emmitt, go for it. What's your prediction for this game?
I didn't plan on this starting with me, but I'll take it. I feel like, because I was talking, Terrance was with me, we're talking to Jewel Pace, D lineman, and he was explaining to us that he feels like even if they win, the committee could still, you know, not really give us a shot to get in. So he said he feels like they need a convincing win, not just a win.
Yes.
So I feel like AP is going to come out playing lights out, their best game of the season. They're going to really take it to EIU. So I'll say 34-14.
Wow. Okay.
AP.
Terrance, you got something in mind?
Picking up off him, like he said, you know, they need a convincing win.
I think that's convincing enough, 34-4. I think that's convincing enough.
Convincing win. But I'm going to go and say 24-7. That's my prediction.
Okay. Fair enough. Very defensive game on Austin Peay's side. Bobby?
Y'all know I'm the oddball, and I like to have odd scores.
7-0.
Nobody on the face of the planet guessed that UT Martin game.
No.
Nobody on the planet.
It was funny though, because I was about to say 7-0 at first.
Ooh.
But no. I feel like it's gonna be a hard fought. It's gonna be less than 21. I feel like the top score is gonna be like 21. It's gonna be like maybe 14-3 or 21-14. It's out of them two. But I believe it's not gonna go higher than.
So close game, very convincing.
It's gonna be a close game. But at the end of the day, this game determines. It's the game right here. At the end of the day, both teams are hungry for it. Both teams need the win.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a smash.
It's gonna be a good one to broadcast.
It's gonna be like what Barry Gershom say. This is gonna be one of the best games. We have to be on it. The broadcasting crew have to be on it. Yeah. This is probably finna, flood the stadium. Like, come on, guys. All my years here being at Austin Peay, I ain't never seen a clash of battles. Like, never been so excited
stadium
for a football
about to sell
game.
out.
Yeah, I'm not finna be. I never been to a football game that's been, this big to us. So it's just like, I feel like it's gonna be a close game. I say, let me get it right. 14-21 AP.
Okay, fair enough. The only thing I'm worried about with Austin Peay, and I think it's going to show up a little bit if we make the OVC championship and if we make playoffs, is the lack of a bye week. Everybody else has had that at least 1 week off to rebuild and recoup and R&R. Austin Peay hasn't had that, and what they did, they went to Disney.
That was their time.
That's tiring. I've been to Disney a lot. That's tiring.
A lot of walking.
That's a lot of walking, a lot of screaming, going down roller coasters and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hot in Florida.
It drains you.
And then you go play the 18th ranked FBS team in the nation. Luckily, nobody got hurt. That's the big thing. That's the big W I take away from that is nobody got hurt. But is that going to come back and bite them in the butt here coming into this final stretch of we need these next few games?
It can go both ways because you kind of see that even in the higher levels with like the NFL. Some teams they'll have a bye week and then their season goes down the drain from there.
Right.
Some teams they recoup after a bye week, so they just have to stay focused and continue on with that momentum. So
right, and that's a good word, momentum for it.
I believe it's not gonna mess them up. I believe they have tons of adrenaline running. Their blood is pumping. They, like I said, they're probably not used to. This is a brand new situation coming from people that's previously been here. You're not used to a winning season, so you're not thinking about no rest. You want to continue winning. You want to continue doing this. Like you said, ain't nobody really hurt, no injury, no major injuries that we just lost somebody. No, we haven't really heard of that. Everybody's sitting here, day to day practice. Everything's normal. They ready for it. Like they not thinking about the bye. They wasn't thinking about resting. They probably can't even sleep at night. How excited they is about the game.
Right.
So they cool. They good.
But I say all that to say this. I think, like you said, Bobby, I think they're way too excited for this game, and I think they're going to come out and punch somebody in the mouth because they know it's on the line. They know that if they win this game convincingly, they could go to the first playoff appearance Austin Peay's ever seen. Yeah. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. They're going to come out firing, and they're just going to stand on their throat the rest of the game. I'm going to call it 42-20, Austin Peay.
42-20?
I said 34. First of all, y'all read the stats. Both teams can move the ball.
I got to get a high five, man. I got to get a high five from that, man.
I think they're way too motivated. They're on a big train of momentum right now, especially after that huge comeback. And I don't care about the bye week. Yeah, I said that just to set it up for y'all. But I think they have too much momentum. They're too excited for this.
Aaron, man. Shout out. That's the biggest right there, man.
But, man, that's going to be a huge game. This Saturday at Forterra Stadium, kickoffs at 4 o'clock. Everybody needs to be there. Everybody. Give our guys some support. They deserve it all season.
Bring your moms, your kids, wives.
Bring them all,
pets.
Man. Bring them all.
I don't know about the
maybe
pets.
not pets.
Pets.
Don't bring your pets.
Kids.
Don't bring your pets. They'll kick you out very fast.
They will kick you
Everybody.
out. Swiftly.
Sir, I'm going to need for you to step out right now.
Titans play tomorrow.
Man.
But we got to talk about the Bengals game first.
Yeah, let's go to the Bengals game.
Wait, no.
It kind of bored me. Did y'all get that sense? Like, we
I know
turned
what
on
you- I know
our
what you're
offense early on, and then once we kind of had a little bit of a lead, we kind
Exactly.
of shut it off
Well,
and just ran.
me and Terrance talked about
It
that.
makes me mad, man.
We believe our theory was pretty much we have a short week. We played the Steelers, same division that Thursday.
Right.
Didn't want to show all your plays.
Oh, that's true. You wait until,
Think about it.
see if
Think
you
about
get the
it.
dub just
Think-
running the ball on them.
Think about it. Adoree, remember I mentioned Adoree coming into the offensive
That
side.
man was in the offense.
And
Multiple times.
Yeah.
frequently and getting good yardage. However, he was running the ball. Adoree played receiver at USC
Mhm.
and got 600 yards his senior season on that side of the ball. Like, I'm pretty sure Malarkey has plays where Adoree is going deep, bubble screens, different stuff, that he just didn't want to show Pittsburgh.
Man, we have several.
We can move the ball. We have
weapons.
way too many weapons.
We have
Mhm.
to.
Delaney Walker was
Speed
hurt out there just being a complete boss.
on the ankle though.
So
Yeah.
I believe the complacency wasn't about the, just let's just stop. It was more so about, hey, we have a short week. We're going to give it to them, get a comfortable lead that we can kind of pad, sit on it.
Mhm.
That way when Pittsburgh comes, we can bring out all the gadgets.
How about that last drive, by the way?
Mariota,
Greatness.
DeMarco
Man.
with the stretch.
Oh,
Man,
what an outstanding
oh,
second and
goodness.
third effort.
It was just,
After he had got hurt, Marcus.
it was some great plays being made. Just when they needed to be made.
Well, my favorite move that DeMarco did, and you only really saw it in the slow-mo, was he kind of got wrapped up at the legs,
Mhm.
and then at the last second, he ducked his head
He ducked
real
and-
fast,
and
and
stretched, yep.
that's what made one dude miss. It was just his head doing that motion right there, but it made one defender miss and allowed him to get that extra
Under-
little
that extra little
lunge. Yeah, exactly. Outstanding. Marcus Mariota surprises me with something new every week so far this season. And actually, I read an article, and it was this article about there are so many teams that are in the hunt for playoffs that have never won a Super Bowl ever in their franchise history. And this specific, I can't remember who the actual person who wrote that. I can't remember their name exactly, but they said that the Titans, they were his third pick
Third, yes.
to win the Super Bowl out of teams that haven't won one yet. And they said if the season were to stop right now, half of the field would have not won a Super Bowl ever. And that's pretty crazy.
Here's the deal with that. Mariota last year, I don't know if y'all remember, towards the end of the season, he was November or December player of the month.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
about to really start blossoming into what we've been waiting to see because he's getting better every week. And on top of that, speaking of Super Bowls, is history going to repeat itself this year?
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it going to repeat
Me
itself?
neither.
I'm just
Because
saying.
they said, when the Falcons
The
win,
Falcons,
we
then
went right
the
after.
Broncos, Falcons, then it
Titans.
was Titans and Rams. However, this year, I think if we do go, we're not losing.
I think the play calling on the Titans side can be so exotic at
Yes.
times.
Exotics. That's what Malarkey called it when he took over. He said he'll run an exotic smash mouth offense.
Think
Right.
about Adoree and Taywan Taylor in the slot. That's a lot of speed.
Yes.
And that will scare
You
defenses.
got Corey Davis too.
And Corey Davis is back.
Corey is back. Corey is back.
Tony Romo's voice. What Tony Romo? He's the real deal.
He is the real deal. Corey Davis. I just like where we at.
That
And
man is gonna be
this
nice.
this game
That man is gonna be
this
nice.
game tomorrow is going to show what we're really made of on both sides of the ball. Because
Right.
Antonio Brown, we'll see, can Logan Ryan hang with the big boys? He's been clamps all year.
Yeah.
Can he hang with AB?
That's another thing.
Adoree on Juju. He's on his old
He,
teamate.
he's been
That's what I was
clamps
about
on.
to say.
He's
It's gonna be
been, he's
another
been
thing.
clamps on the Patriots.
Adoree against his old teammate,
Yeah.
Juju. So we'll see that match.
You got to wonder if they're just going to throw them together just to see what
They
they
probably
would
will
do.
just for, the broadcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just to
definitely.
see.
Oh, they're already marketing it that way. They have them with a picture of USC with them,
Yeah.
snapping up together.
I wonder who has the ups and the bragging rights on those practices, Adoree or Juju. who won the battle.
Ooh, I don't know. That'd be a good one to figure out.
I
a
just
good
hope
question.
Adoree wins tomorrow.
Yes.
That's definitely.
But it's gonna be a great game.
Prime time.
I can't even, man. Goodness, I'm so glad we don't
Speaking
have nothing
of
to do.
the game, though, do y'all think y'all would like how they're showing the game?
No,
I don't think I like
No.
that either.
What do you mean by
they're
that?
doing like a sky cam.
Yeah, like
kinda.
a sky cam, like it's gonna look like Madden the whole time, and I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, it's like a Madden. It's not the regular broadcast.
But it's
style.
like what Thursday night.
NBC,
Thursday night for
pretty much.
who's doing the NFL Network?
NBC.
NBC.
NBC
Yeah.
is doing it. This
You talking about how they did it with
The
the
Pro Bowl?
Patriots game.
Was it
the
Pro Bowl?
Patriots
No.
and Falcons
Yeah,
when it was so foggy?
Yeah, they keeping our game. They keeping the Titans game like that the whole time.
I mean, it would be a different perspective.
Yeah, I don't know though.
I just rather
You
just
seeing
watch.
it from behind the whole time.
I just rather watch the game
yes,
the normal way.
like get us in closer to
At least-
how we're used to it.
Okay, let's be honest though, boys. We don't get very many primetime games.
Yeah,
So if they want to throw some pizzazz on the broadcast just for the Titans,
My thing is at least switch it.
Bring
At least
it
switch it
on.
every once in a while.
bring
Don't.
it on.
But I feel you.
I
like.
agree with him, man. We don't get no.
So
we don't get no FaceTime. Come on.
beginning of the
Seriously.
season, I was happy that we
The
were
mark-
getting more primetime games.
my fault. DeMarco 3 TDs. I just wonder who's
And
gonna
they
be
tryna
that guy. It's someone new every
Yeah.
week.
They're trying to say DeMarco just trash. They try to say. I heard some people talk about him like he just need to give it up.
DeMarco is not even healthy.
Exactly. That's why I be telling people
Yeah.
like if this guy at 100%,
But
we not know. We have two-headed
we
monster.
have nobody on the injury report though for this week.
All right.
Quentin Spain is back. So
Yeah, that's good.
it's gonna be a good one.
That's going to beef
So-
up really,
Andro.
I think, the best offensive line in the league,
Definitely.
without a doubt. I mean, the
Definitely.
Cowboys could compete last year.
Not-
Yeah,
this
last
year's
year.
The
us.
way
this
they're
year,
playing this
no,
year,
no.
I don't think they're performing like the Titans' offensive line.
What's going on
is
with
right
them,
now.
man?
They have a lot
Tyron
going
Smith,
on right now.
Tyron Smith is hurt. Jerry Jones has all kind of stuff going on. Zeke.
Yeah, there's
It's-
just a
it's
lot
just-
of
it's just too
controversy
much.
going on around that. There's
Right.
too,
Too much
noise.
distractions.
Too much
They
noise
can't even
around that
really focus
organization.
on-
This is.
Football.
I told y'all this is a year of little teams taking off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like the Rams.
Yeah, look at the Rams.
Do we ever expect the Rams doing this?
Not at all.
So predictions for we'll get into predictions later. I'm tripping.
Yeah, look, predictions. Well, we can go ahead and just talk about, what the Titans' predictions.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, the Titans, what they're going to do. I think it's going to be a close game.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm going to give Marcus one more game-winning drive.
They giving.
I'm going to give Marcus one more game-winning drive. I think it ends 24-28,
They giving
On a
Pittsburgh
last-minute,
the hands for
last-second
this,
drive. I think that's what it is.
I feel you. It's gonna go down to the wire, but I feel like it won't be a game-winning drive. More so like a game nail in the coffin. Not keep away kind of. Like
Right.
We're up.
Get the
we're
lead
up
and then, like,
late,
maybe
it's just
two
like,
possessions
yeah,
later.
we just seal the deal type thing. More so than we're down. Like, okay, what are we gonna do? And then come back and win.
Right.
I'm gonna go with along the lines, but I can see that, and I say
Ooh,
score
indecisive.
28-24.
That's exactly what mine was.
okay.
Copycat. They're giving Pittsburgh a 75% chance of winning this game.
Wow.
I'm
I was gonna say
ESPN.
21, but I was like, no. I
I'm
don't
looking
think
at the
it's gonna be a
stats,
touchdown.
man. Have y'all ever paid attention? So when we faced the Ravens, the score was 20-23. We won, right?
Yeah.
So against Cincinnati, 20-24.
20-25, I switched.
Yeah, that's why I was like, ain't they? And they in the same division, man. Come on now. That's kind of,
Hey, whatever works, whatever brings a dub. What do you?
kind
So,
of program.
what are you?
Nice
I'm gonna have the
tennis
second.
time.
I'm gonna have the second shoe though. I 24. I just that's
24,
That's about
28.
all I can get to.
Well, with me, I'm going off our offense the first half with us being exotic with all the option plays and misdirections. Plus, the Steelers starting corner Joe Hayden is out for a couple weeks.
Ooh,
So
that's
I'm going to
true.
go 31-28 Titans.
Ooh, close. All three close games so far. Bobby, let's see what you got.
Horton Island.
It's true, man. You're kind of by yourself sometimes.
I say
What you say? I see the gears turning. I can see the smoke rolling out of your
I
ears.
feel like it's gonna be a field goal game. Just because I feel like it's gonna come down to a field goal, and it's gonna be a win, but it's gonna be like a ugly win though to me.
Talk about like last year's Kansas City game.
Yeah, that's how I feel like it's gonna be.
Right.
So like,
Suck up.
Suck
Yeah.
up, Mr. Consistent,
that's
until he plays the Bengals.
I'm gonna be chill.
Chill.
24,
Don't hurt yourself.
24, 27.
24-27.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Same little range on that.
You know, Titans,
Will Aaron
and this
come
is
with a blowout?
actually, huh?
No blowout win?
Heck
No.
You kidding me?
No.
Heck no. Titans are actually on their best start since 2008, by the way.
Yeah.
Best start since 2008. That's outstanding. A lot of NFL news going on so far, about halfway through this thing. So, Chase Keenum and Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater, as we all know, his knee took more snaps than he did last year. Okay. So,
I can't laugh.
final.
can't.
I mean, God, non-contact practice, he drops back and his knee explodes.
Aaron is the king of jokes, man.
Yeah,
But that's the NFL today. Like, there's a lot of non-contact
A lot of
injuries.
D-roll
Crazy,
stuff going on.
man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's back after an injury. He's back after an injury that everybody said that he would not return from, because really nobody's returned from it 100%. So he finally takes the field and suits up. So now the big question is, Chase Keenum, he's doing all right, you know. He's brought the Vikings to where they're at. They're doing pretty well this season.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the next few games, do you rock with Teddy?
No. No.
That's a pretty good question. Do you rock with Teddy right now?
No.
Maybe not right now, but maybe a few games in the season.
No.
I try him out.
Not
You try
yet.
him?
I try him out.
Not yet.
Not like this Sunday, but
Nah, I'm giving Teddy.
Case Keenum.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, though, you got to
He's
think
not.
about it, though.
He's not terrible, but he's not.
He's not terrible.
He's not. Y'all remember Teddy? Like,
But
let's
your team winning football games right now. Would you want to throw him out the mix of winning? He might be the missing part, even though he's not the best quarterback, or he's not a Teddy Bridgewater of last year. I mean, not last year, but the previews that we done seen. Do you think you take him out the mix, throw Teddy in, and like wipe up Teddy?
I understand people worried about chemistry. I understand all that.
Yeah.
But Teddy, if anybody can come back, he's already on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, I mean,
The man's here now, so it's like, why not? You want to wait till next season? You want to just wait it out?
I kind of wait.
Just rock it with Case.
Or I kind of give him like a couple of snaps just to see how he's gonna be in certain situations.
I'm sorry, not one coach on earth can truly believe his team is going to the Super Bowl with Case Keenum.
I don't know though, man. I don't know. I done seen many things happen.
Horton.
Like thinking about it.
Horton.
Thomas.
Case Keenum.
Teddy.
I'll take Teddy over Case.
And I'll take Kate. No, I'm playing.
This alone could mess the team up, though. Because
Man.
now Case Keenum knows one mistake or a couple mistakes, he's gone.
And that's
Teddy is coming back in.
and that's an interesting point that you bring
What's
up,
up?
because
And that's probably
Did they-
that's
He's
probably what
still
the team is
injured.
waiting on.
Did they
Isn't
put
he?
him on injury reserve for rest of the season?
I'm not sure
That's
where
crazy.
he
Y'all
is.
had two good quarterbacks and a third that's decent.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You
Yeah, I
have
think
how
Sam
many
Bradford, he's out for the rest of the year.
He's done.
They
They
probably
put him
out
on
for the rest of
injury
the year.
reserves.
They traded, so they took Bradshaw. They traded that. Y'all get what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is what I think.
Situations.
I don't think Teddy sees the field this season.
I feel like he will. It's just gonna be at like
I
either
think
probably a blowout or something like that.
It's all up to Case Keenum.
I think he's that solid backup for the rest of the season as of now. That way, because right now they don't have Sam Bradford.
No.
Right now, besides Teddy, they don't have a backup quarterback. They don't. So I think he's going to stay in. Last thing you want, because he might have suited up, he's probably still not 100%. Let's be honest. I mean, you don't just come back from that, you know.
And that's a mental thing.
It is. It is. So I think this whole season is going to be Teddy on the bench and Case Keenum doing his thing. Yeah. He's been doing pretty well.
That's
So
kinda like the
we'll
same
see what he
situation
does.
with the Colts.
But I think the next time you see him is a preseason game.
Okay.
Because that's going to be the next time where real game scenario type deal, you'll see him dropping back and throwing passes and seeing what he can do on his feet and stuff. But I think right now the Vikings are in too good of a place to throw in a quarterback who hasn't seen actual play in over a year.
Question. Is this similar to the Andrew Luck situation? I mean, I understand the Colts are not they're doing terrible right now. But if you look future-wise as a QB, Andrew Luck has been a good QB, but he's hurt, and he's been hurt.
The problem with Andrew Luck is I'm not sure he's coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not healing.
Yeah.
His shoulder is not healing. That's why he didn't
Dude.
come back. He was planning on coming back, and I think he rushed into it. I think he started throwing passes in practice a little too early, and he started, tearing it slowly and slowly and slowly, and finally it's, back to a tear again, and he's hurting. Well, guess what? You just undid everything the doctors did, and he's not going to see the field for the rest of the season when we thought it was just going to be, 6-7 games and he'd be back. Well, now it's a whole season deal. Now we're coming back and hearing that it's not healing properly on his throwing arm, and that's the worst part.
That's a shame.
That's the worst part. Y'all remember Chad Pennington by chance?
With the Jets.
He
Jets,
went
Dolphins.
he went through the same thing with the torn shoulder. He never had the throw power ever again. He didn't last more than 2 years in the NFL after that. And that's a big statement.
Man, hard-headed, man.
That's a big statement.
It makes
and
a hard decision
Well,
because the Colts,
right.
the Colts have a high draft pick this year.
The issue is with Andrew Luck. He was that Iron Man kind of. He was getting slaughtered back there. Like
Right.
he would still get up. He played hurt all the time. So he wanted to get back to football, and like you said, he rushed into it. Didn't really take the proper precaution.
And look at
It
him now,
cost him.
man. Your future finna go down the drain because you want to be hard-headed and try to get back in the game as soon as possible. I mean, I shout out to him, for having the heart and stuff. But at the end of the day, man.
Sometimes you got to put your pride to the side.
Exactly.
Right.
Step back and heal, man. Because if you're the face of the franchise or they looking at you as the future, man, be there for the future. Like, legit, be there for the future,
Speaking
man.
of future, so what about Chuck Pagano, the head coach? Because, last year it was words about him being fired. But now that he didn't have his quarterback this year, does he get that excuse?
No.
Or is he
You're
gonna
still
get
out
The
it?
NFL doesn't believe in excuses.
What's an excuse?
Excuse or tools we can
I mean, that's a starting quarterback, though. If you don't have your starting quarterback, your whole team is going to be hard to
You're out of there.
get wins.
And I guess he, in a sense, has a point. I mean, my franchise quarterback is no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
He was our only offense behind other than T.Y. Hilton.
Right.
And he's probably finna be gone, too.
Yeah,
He was on the trade block.
Yeah, they was talking about trading him.
that's the worst thing the Colts could ever do.
Yeah, that would be foolish.
I guess they see the future in somebody else.
They're about to be the
Browns.
consistent
They're about to be the
bottom of the
Browns.
AFC South,
Not
which
the
is
Browns.
They're
really
about to be the Browns. They keep
AFC
playing.
South is really the worst division in football.
They might already be thinking about rebuilding.
No, okay. Now with the Jaguars and the Titans moving up, okay, it's changing. But
And then
back
if
when it was the
Houston would've
Colts were
had
that upper level
Deshaun.
mediocre team that somehow made wild card every year,
Right.
and then under them it was the the
Ooh.
Texans that were all right, then the
We
Titans
got-
that were all right, and then
our
Jacksonville was
division
not good.
Our division not necessarily okay.
Well,
Colts
here's
is
the
a
deal.
terrible part of
Deshaun
the
Watson
division.
went down.
That's it. Boom.
Right.
Outside of that, our division is
And then
lit.
like if they
So
if
do
he
the
would've been
Texans
playing-
have does Bill O'Brien have something to say?
Definitely.
I had Tom Savage for half the year.
Definitely. They're not going to get rid of Bill O'Brien.
No.
I don't know, though, because at
He
the beginning of the
beat-
season,
He beat Brady. Not beat Brady, but he competed with Brady.
I was about to say because Brady won that
A
game.
QB makes
I
a
mean, I
difference in the
mean to say
game,
he
man.
competed with
And
Brady.
plus, Houston have several injuries. Like J.J. Watts, he's gone.
Right.
Injury. Like Houston's not. Don't get me wrong.
Merciless got hurt.
Yeah,
J.J.
Houston's not
Watt
totally
got
a
hurt.
slaw team. They not bad. They just injuries.
Very unfortunate to the players that they lost. So I don't feel like you can hold him accountable. But
Yeah, you can.
Pagano,
Pagano.
he might want to just
Who
go
else
ahead.
do-
He
who
might
else-
he might want to just
Who else
start
do the
searching
Colts
for.
have? Like the Colts. Who else
right.
do they really just have that just sticks out like that? They let go. Who they just let go? Vontae Davis.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
just let him go because he have some type of injury. But they talking about he could sign with the 49ers, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but he just got to be healthy.
Didn't they trade Philip Dorsett, the speedy receiver, to the Patriots?
To the Patriots.
So I think they're already in rebuild mode, maybe.
Yeah. It's going to take him about a good
They're in
solid 2
destruction mode right now.
Yeah,
You kidding me? They just trade those two. Okay, they let go Vontae Davis. They trade away him. They're thinking about trading T.Y., and I don't know if I already said it, they lose Luck.
Yeah.
Okay. They're in disintegration
They're
mode
about
right
to be
now.
the Browns.
They're
like, I was not joking when I said that. That was like they're legit about to be Cleveland.
It's not looking good for Indianapolis
I'm
fans.
talking Seneca Wallace, Cleveland.
Ooh.
So, next topic, Garoppolo, 49ers.
Jimmy G.
They've had a bye week now. Does
Oh.
he see the field Sunday?
I think so.
He should.
I definitely think so.
What's stopping him?
Well, like, why not?
Either that or they really believe in him and they just want to wait till next season to give him a fresh start. But
Man.
He needs to get some kind of game in this season, like just something.
I'm actually excited for him, man. See what he can do.
I hope he don't play that good. You know, we actually got them at the end of the season. So
Actually, I think this week is his bye week.
Boo.
Yeah, I think this week is his bye week.
yeah,
So
he's-
next week,
They're
He's
not
getting
gonna
he's getting that book down.
yeah, next
That's
week,
all.
does he get on the field?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
You have nothing to lose.
Nothing should stop him.
Right.
It's not like he's unhealthy.
Put
or
him in
something.
some
Put him
game
there.
scenarios, see
What
what he
type
can
of
do.
season they had? They just won their first game. What, last
All right, you
year?
might get some more fans in the stadium.
They just
Right.
won their first game.
Yeah.
So
Boom. What's stopping you from putting them in? Ain't nothing stopping you.
So officially, as of now, the Oakland Raiders, soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders, have broken ground on their new stadium in Las Vegas. What do y'all think about the whole move of the Raiders organization to Las
What's
Vegas?
going on, man? But it's too many teams in LA and
I mean,
NFL,
I can
right?
understand it because there's so many Californians, and it was only a matter of time before Vegas got some kind of professional team.
Well, they already got a professional team.
Well,
hockey now.
Yeah.
well, I mean, like
NBA,
NBA,
right.
NFL more so, like that kind of.
Wow, you don't have any respect for hockey? Come on now.
shout out to hockey.
Hey,
People that love it.
hey, all I'm saying
I'm not a
is
big fan.
hockey
I love-
players
look.
all day would compete against NFL players.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely, they're very physical.
But you put an NFL player on the ice, and they're going to look like a baby
course.
deer.
Now- now, I
You got
under-
how to skate and
I,
everything.
I understand that. I was more so. It's a bigger market. That's what I was saying. That's a bigger market professional team, like
Right.
a household name type
Right.
deal. That's all.
And Las Vegas Raiders, that just kind of rolls off the tongue.
Man, I feel like they
Oh,
should have
man.
stayed in Oakland.
You don't like 'em?
Because Oakland, that's what everybody else
I
said.
like
That's
what-
what they fans said.
Yeah.
Oakland, the Raiders are known not just for their play, but
That's
for
that-
their
that-
fans.
Right.
That black and gray.
Yeah, the whole. Is that what they call it? They old stadium?
The
Yeah.
black hole.
The black,
black
hole.
hole.
Like,
So-
come on now, man.
I don't necessarily like it, but I knew it was coming because at the end of the day, it's business.
How do you
Now-
feel about like St. Louis fans when the Rams left St. Louis to
I-
go back to LA?
I believe.
Can't be that sad. I mean, they're just going back home.
Right. I think San Diego should have stayed in San Diego.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I still call them San Diego Chargers, but it's
Yeah.
LA Chargers. They
That
supposed-
still sounds odd to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna take me like probably a year or two to get
they
used
can't
to
get
that.
fans at a new stadium, so
Right.
wherever they at.
They
so.
should have stayed in.
They're in the Coliseum, aren't they?
Are
think
they
so.
in there too?
Them and the Rams are
Think
playing
so.
in the
Think they
same
said they
place.
play the same
They should have stayed.
venue.
They not having the
Same
success
venue.
of the Rams.
Well, now what's going to happen to the old stadium, Charger Stadium? It's just going to be
Another
sitting there.
move, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see another team move to Cali. Who knows?
Boo.
Hope not.
Who knows? Another big news: Tyrod Taylor benched.
Why?
Tyrod Taylor has officially been benched for this game against the Chargers.
What did he do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He had like the worst game of his career.
Come on.
He,
now.
I didn't watch- I didn't
he
really
passed
didn't
for
watch
like
it.
65 yards.
He has
He
5
didn't score.
wins,
He
though.
didn't score like anything at all.
65.
Yeah, he didn't do anything at all.
Wow.
And when they put in Nathan Peterman, the backup, the rookie
Mm-hmm.
this season, on his first drive, he went 6 plays for 75 yards, and he threw a 7-yard touchdown pass.
Oh, bench him. It's business. Honestly, if I was a coach, I'd just be like, hey,
And it was like something like 47-10
I can understand it.
was the score.
I can understand
Well,
it.
either way, they have to save each other because the coach made the change. So if the quarterback plays bad, everybody gonna look at him like, "This is what you
Right.
changed."
I
to."
believe they should have kept Cardell Jones, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Of course you do, Bobby.
Not because he's a Ohio State native, but like give him his prop, man. He got an arm on him. But he's just like
I know. I'm just
very, very, very.
I'm just being a hater.
Yeah.
Hey, just from one drive. I mean,
you
this
can't be a
Nathan
hater. You're an
Peterman.
Alabama fan, man. Y'all out here,
Struggling.
doing y'all thing. Struggling.
Still won. They struggled this last game.
Hey, but they number
It's
one.
a
though.
dub.
That's what I
Like,
said.
what?
A win is a win.
Struggling.
but They
Struggling.
So
How
we'll
you a
see.
Titans fan telling people that Alabama's struggling?
Now they playing Mercer next week.
Hey,
Easy.
Any given
I
Saturday.
can't say that Ohio State. We're not doing.
Austin Peay, give me Alabama.
Right.
Hey, that's what we need to after the EIU win. We need to come in there with "Give Me Alabama" T-shirts on and signs.
You
We want Bama. I'm kidding,
I can't.
I want to see that.
I wear it
Actually,
inside out.
I kind of want to see that.
but
If I can, if
had a
if
Bama
they can
shirt,
promise that
too.
nobody on
My
our team's
dad
gonna
gave
get
it.
hurt, I'd love to see that. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, Nathan Peterman after just one drive, looked like he could be the real deal. Obviously, it's just one drive, so you never
Correct.
know.
Right.
But Tyrod
yeah, that's
didn't do anything, and he
I can
was,
understand that.
their franchise
He's not a
quarterback.
bad QB though. It's just I don't know. He just had that one game. I believe they're gonna put him back in
Eventually.
time.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it all depends
'Cause
on
the
what
rookie-
It depends on what he does.
what
If the
Peterman does.
rookie rises to the occasion, then
Yeah.
it's business.
It's over.
If
If the rookie
under pressure,
does not rise to the occasion, okay, wake up
Yeah.
call for you, Tyrod.
Tyrod's about to
Just let him
be
know.
traded real
Yeah.
fast.
Just gonna let him know.
Ooh,
to
if he get
not
traded,
get complacent.
where's a good home?
Who
for
would
him?
he go to, by the way? That's a good point. Who would Tyrod go
the
to?
Jets.
Ooh,
I can see that in a division.
I mean, that's the game he just.
I don't know if they would. They
That's the
would
team he just had
accept
a
that
bad game
trade
against,
though.
right?
Huh?
I don't know if the Bills would accept that trade. I don't know if they would offer to put him on the Jets.
Right.
They
Like, let's
probably
just give the
wouldn't
Jets, who's already doing well for what they thought they were going to do, let's just give them another weapon.
care. Give him the Jets. Yeah, I'd go to the Jets if I was him. I mean, 'cause at the end of the day, the Bills, if the Jets offer him a good deal, they gonna take it. No doubts, no hands.
Not necessarily. You gotta
Uh-huh.
realize some people.
You talk
That's,
some, NFL owners. Everybody, they love them draft picks.
that's true, but you're gonna have to see him twice.
Why do you think Calvin's rights have never been let go yet?
Exactly.
Because the Lions don't want anybody else to have Calvin Johnson. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Megatron was talking about going to who?
Oh, at first he talked about the Raiders
Nah, they said it
early
was
in the
another
season.
team.
He talked about going to the Raiders because he said, quote, I'd like to catch passes from a quarterback like Derek Carr.
Mhm.
And that's what he said preseason, and everybody was like, Calvin Johnson's going to be a Raider. Okay,
I couldn't picture him being a Raider for some
right?
reason.
But what I can picture and what's been rumored is he might get picked up by the Eagles. And if he gets picked up by the Eagles,
Man.
Super Bowl. Nobody's
Because
touching
they
it.
We
offense
discussed that earlier.
Yeah.
Their offense already nice.
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about it.
Megatron.
It might mess him up though. It could do the same thing it did with Matthew Stafford when Calvin Johnson was out there. He knows he's a big target, so he's throwing it to him every time.
Yeah.
But you got
True.
several other receivers, man. Y'all doing good with before.
That's what I'm saying.
If they have several other talented receivers there.
Yeah.
That's gonna cause more to Megatron over there. Oh, you got somebody else over there. Boom. Carson Wentz, he's not. No, because like with the Eagles, they balanced out to me. He's gonna be now since the race done changed. First, how I thought Alex Smith was gonna be MVP.
Yeah.
Alex Smith's still doing his thing, but now I'm kind of, Carson Wentz he's convincing me. He's showing the world, hey, cause he showed us last year that he wasn't a bad quarterback anyway. That great start he had at the beginning of the season.
Jared Goff's kind of sneaking in the picture
That
for
too.
MVP.
Yeah.
We can't ignore Jared Goff.
But they're not getting as much attention.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just throwing that out there, just food for thought.
Now, if he got enough attention like the same thing Carson Wentz is, oh yeah, and what happened? I was looking at a fun fact. Them two, they have the best. What was it? QB right now? I can't remember it right now. In the league right now, they like the top two right now. QBs right now.
I wouldn't doubt it. They're both going off right now.
Yeah.
So, in last college football news, we all know I'm a profound Tennessee fan. Unfortunately, it's not a great life to live.
He's
Bye-bye.
finally gone.
Butch, I
Butch
told you,
Jones is fired.
brick by brick.
Yeah, I feel like my brick mailbox just got destroyed by a semi. Like, goodness. So, who is the new head coach?
He got paid.
I've heard two
to not
things,
coach.
two options.
Okay.
I've heard John Gruden.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot to get him out that broadcasting job.
Yes.
And then, he was great in college, not NFL, but Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly, there's a lot of talk that he's going to Florida.
Okay.
Because they've really had first dibs on, who they can talk to at this point since they fired, what is it, Muschamp? McElwain.
Yeah.
McElwain. I always get those two mixed up. But
I
anyway,
don't even try.
they fired him, and I believe they were talking to him very fast, right? And I don't think it's going to take much for Chip Kelly to accept a big fat paycheck. John Gruden is an interesting choice for Tennessee. We have about 10 minutes left, so I want to get through this real fast. John Gruden has a lot of stars that are aligning, right? ESPN is kind of going downhill with the whole politics and people not liking ESPN. So if they have to make budget cuts, if, who's their top paid analyst? John Gruden. He's being paid $6.5 million
He's not going
a year, okay? A year, just to have his own TV show and to be on ABC, right? I think it's ABC because ABC is owned by ESPN now.
Mm-hmm.
So, or the other way around. Either way. So that's an interesting thought. His wife, I believe,
went to UT.
His son is currently going to UT. He was a GA for the UT football team. That's where he got his coaching start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that means he at least has a graduate degree from the University of Tennessee. And
he has history.
Apparently there's rumors of his realtor finding a home for him in Knoxville.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know. Stars are aligning. It's all rumors at this point, but I'm tired of Tennessee settling for a coach. I want them just to put all their chips in on a coach that they know is going to work rather than getting another Derek Dooley or settling for Butch Jones, who has a decent resume for a mediocre FBS team like Cincinnati.
Man over there was asleep.
I believe they
Dooley.
talked to John Gruden before around the Derek Dooley time, and they kind of lowballed him.
He's always been the top of the list, but we've never wanted to just go all in on him.
Exactly.
And on top of that, he wasn't ready to come back. He's also said that he's missed coaching, and he's also said never say never. When somebody asked him, I think it was Mike and Mike, they asked him, what about the whole Tennessee situation? He said, I'm not ready to leave this job right now. I'll stay as long as they'll have me. But, as I say in life, never say never. So, who knows? My number 2 pick is Les Miles. Why? Because he knows what he's doing. He knows the SEC system. He's been to, I believe, 2 national championships, won one of them. And really, he had like 2 or 3 or 4 lost seasons, and they kicked him because of that. Yeah. Tennessee would kill for a guy whose bad year was a 3-loss season.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
My only problem with Les Miles is, and it's really a problem with the SEC, because they kind of judge their season off of Alabama. It's like everybody wants to beat Alabama and have their kind of seasons. You got to give the coaches time to develop their team.
Right.
You can't, just after 1 or 2 years,
Everyone
you try to throw them out the door.
That's
what I'm saying, but that's kind of how the SEC fans judge their team.
That's just how it is.
Think about it this way. Saban was at LSU.
Right.
Then he left LSU and went to Bama. Made Bama one of the best programs ever. Really the best program to ever exist.
Urban Meyer.
Right. Les Miles was at LSU.
I like the misfit.
Has left LSU and possibly might come to another SEC school.
Right.
I mean, the pattern's there, but can he fill it?
Right.
That'd be interesting to find out. So, going back to the NFL, let's do some quick predictions, Emmitt's favorite word. We're going to go straight to predictions. Last week, I actually did it really well again. I've done 9-5 twice in a row, and I'm really proud of myself.
I didn't even tally mine up, but I did. From what I saw on paper, I did well, too. I just don't know the number.
So let's go straight into the first game. We already talked about it. Thursday at 7:25, Tennessee versus Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh.
Everybody agreed on Titans.
Titans, I agree. Next game, we have Detroit at Chicago.
Give me Detroit.
Lions.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, I got to go with Detroit. I don't think Chicago has what it takes. I mean, especially after that Green Bay. I think Green Bay. I think that was their best chance to beat Green Bay. And they couldn't do it, and now they want to take on Matthew Stafford.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
Golden Tate, he's looking good, 615.
Yeah, exactly. So Detroit takes that one. Now, Baltimore at Lambeau. Let me take Green Bay. I mean,
Yeah,
Lambeau.
I'll take it. I'll take it in Lambeau. Yeah.
I mean, you got to give it. At some point, home field advantage means a lot, especially at Lambeau. Come on.
You know, I'm odd. I'm taking.
You taking Baltimore?
Give me
That's what
them
I'm saying.
Ravens.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna take Baltimore too
Okay,
on that one.
that's right. We don't want to associate with y'all anyway. So,
It's losers.
so Jacksonville
Jags.
at Cleveland, and then next game we have.
I don't even know why
I
you
don't
brought
even.
the
I don't
game
even
up,
want to.
man.
I don't even want to talk about that one. Jacksonville takes.
I'm
it.
going with Cleveland. Man, get out of here.
Come on, Horton
They
Island.
just came off.
Nah, no, no.
I'm a Cleveland.
The Jags just came off a scary game, but they're not gonna do that with the Browns.
Give me the Jags.
Hey, I mean, San Francisco beat once.
If
won against
Cleveland beats
somebody.
Jacksonville,
Your
I'm
voice.
gonna
I
chuckle.
don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
We definitely need them to lose, but it ain't gonna be this week.
Oh man. Okay, so Arizona at Houston. That's a
AP
toughie.
all day.
Give me Houston. Give me Houston right now.
Both of them got bad quarterbacks right now.
Right? Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
going.
I'll take Houston.
I'm going Arizona
I
just
think
off.
Houston's more
What is that
complete.
island over there? What is that island?
Arizona. AP all
It's
day.
that. It's that microphone is what it is. It's that
y'all,
microphone.
Y'all share microphones. Y'all share beats.
I think AP finna get back to a normal week.
I think we can all agree this is going to be a tough game for either team. L.A. Rams, Minnesota.
Rams.
Yeah,
Give me the Rams. I like what Goff's
Rams.
doing right now.
I think I'm gonna take Rams too. Rams on
Case
that one.
Keenum?
Casey. Aaron Donald is about to eat.
Yes.
He about to hit the ground a lot.
So give me L.A. Bobby, what you got?
I got LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweep on that one.
I got LA.
It's like, all right.
Last week I picked New Orleans over Buffalo, and I've lost every time I've picked Buffalo. Okay, and I was way right. So Washington at New Orleans. Give me New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Give me New Orleans.
Nolans.
Which, by the way, we didn't talk about NFL Player of the Week. Mine was Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara and Drew Brees. Because, honestly, the rushing attack between them all, they had a franchise total of franchise high of 6 rushing touchdowns in a game. And you have 2 running backs that are 100-plus yards, and one of them's a rookie. Come on, man. That's got to be Player of the Week. Anyway, next game, Kansas City at the Giants.
KC.
KC out.
KC, come on.
Giants
The
giving up
Giants
on their
just
coaches.
the Giants just lost to the 49ers.
The Giants should just tank it at this point.
Man, how do you lose to the 49ers?
Just tank it.
Because you're the Giants.
Man, this game is kind of hard. This next game.
So, yeah, Tampa Bay, Miami.
Miami.
I got Miami on this one, honestly.
Miami.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are picking Tampa Bay.
I
Let
want
me get
I
the Dolphins.
want to go with
That's what I'm
Tampa,
saying,
but
I
every
want
time
to.
I pick Tampa, they've lost.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Miami.
Let me get Miami.
this would be. This would
who you
be.
got?
I want to go with Tampa, but I think this would be that one game that Jay Cutler has a good game.
Fair enough. I think we all agree on that one. Buffalo at LA Chargers.
Buffalo.
New guy stepping in at quarterback.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
forgot about that already.
Nathan
Give me
Peterson.
the Chargers.
Forgot about that already.
Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers. I want the Chargers in this one, honestly.
I'm going with Chargers too, just because their defense is actually pretty decent. Just the
Chargers.
record don't show it.
Chargers,
Chargers.
good. I like when we all agree because it makes me feel, good, confident. At least if I go down, you're all going down with
right.
me. You know what I mean?
This is hard too.
Cincinnati at Denver. Whoa,
Denver.
Give me Denver, man. Give me Denver. I
Not with
like
those
their
quarterbacks.
I like their defense
Denver.
over. I like their defense over anything that Andy
Right.
Dalton can throw at them.
Denver.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, give me Denver's defense all day, Bobby.
Denver.
Denver.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Cincinnati, just because Brock, one of their quarterbacks, are gonna mess the game up for him.
Fair enough. Who starts that game, by the way?
Brock, I think Brock's
taking it.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. And after that, you got Trevor
Did he
Simeon.
knock a ball guy out, man? Throwing the ball out of bounds and knock somebody out cold? That's how you know you need. Let me stop, because he's getting paid and I can't say nothing because I'm over here struggling with loans, all that. Yeah.
Real quick, let's do New England at Oakland. I got New England.
Definitely New England.
I don't think anybody's opposing that.
The Brady Bunch.
Philly at Dallas. Let me get Philly. Philly on the road. Carson Wentz
has
takes
a
it.
day.
Philly.
Have a day.
Cowboys
Carson
don't have
have a
Zeke.
day.
You agree, Bobby?
Yeah, I ain't gotta ask me.
Atlanta at Seattle, final game.
Seattle.
Yeah, give me Seattle.
Russell.
Give me Seattle.
Give me Atlanta because Seahawks don't have Richard Sherman. And Julio Jones is going to have a big day.
Dirty Birds.
Who's the Dirty Birds?
Atlanta.
Falcons.
Falcons? Okay.
Hey.
I've
never
you
heard of
never
that.
Oh, that's new.
I've never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
Not the
That's
Dirty
a
Birds.
classic.
Oh,
Never heard of the Dirty Birds.
That's like Vic.
Yes, the Dirty.
Dirty.
Yeah,
Oh.
when I know you seen them wear their black jerseys. I don't
Dion
even on
back
Madden you seen them with the all black jerseys with the
Oh.
black and the red helmet or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the Dirty
Dirty
Birds.
Birds.
Oh, I never heard him called that.
You learn something new every day,
Hey,
people.
You learn something new every day. Anyway, that's going to do it here.
I get
for
it
Real
though
Talk.
because they're both birds. So you were kind
Right, and I'm like, it's Seattle.
He said, "What's what is that?"
And Richard Sherman talks a lot, so
Yeah.
okay, whatever. But anyway, this is it for today. This has been Real Talk, and I also want to give a quick shout out to WAPX Clarksville's 91.9 FM for allowing us to use their studios. Doc V is our general manager here. Thank you so much, as well as Karen Bullis for allowing us to use her equipment, and everybody in the background. So. Bobby Horton, Terrance Valentine, and Emmitt Thomas.
Deuces.
I'm Aaron King, and this has been Real Talk. Enjoyed it. We'll see y'all.